We have arrived.
Lovely. So Nicola.
So Alex.
Welcome to this episode of Paddle and Flow. Very much paddle, not much flow.
That's to come. Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I'm not on the water as we've discussed. That may or may not have made it into this video. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm alright. You're out in the double Dutch cloud, as you would call it.
Her. She used to be a him. Possibly.
Don't tell Trump.
Possibly the first transgender kayak.
First transgender kayak, probably. And you're out in the thing. People have been asking why we've not been making videos. Do you want to speak to that? 2 seconds before you do. I'm gonna ask you that again. People have noticed that we've not been making videos, Nicola. What's that about?
Well, it's interesting because when we first started the podcast, I was really, no way, it's too scary. But now we haven't been making episodes. I really miss it. But the reason is because you have a new job.
Yep.
And it's summer, and I guess we're doing other things. And coordinating our time to record is just going to be impossible until you get settled in your job.
So it's not the end of Paddle and Flow, that's what we've said, isn't it?
Was it? I thought we said it was.
Well, I decided this afternoon when I was fishing, when you were there, that it's maybe not the end, but it's the end of season 1.
Right. Thanks for filling me in on that. No, that's good, because I do miss our inane rambling on random topics.
You're quite difficult to film when you're moving around, you know. Sorry,
I'll try and...
So you don't get that on the river or the canal either?
No, blame the sea. There is a bit of swell going on here.
There is a bit of swell, actually. Don't be scratching the boat.
Scrape my tail. Right.
Scrape my tail. We can get that on a t-shirt.
No pain. No, was it no pain, no gain, no problem or something?
No pain, no gain, no problem.
Something like that.
What's that got to do with it? I'm going to get bashed again, by the way.
No, I just have on a t-shirt. Anyway.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm alright. Yeah, I'm good.
What did you do today?
I went fishing and I caught quite a large fish. Yay. Which is quite exciting.
It is exciting.
Don't think that's going to make the podcast episode, but we'll make a video on my YouTube channel.
But I think people have, they enjoyed hearing about all the different fish. I think it was my sister that said she was learning about fish from your...
informative podcast
of
ramblings. Random, I think we got called.
Random, that's right.
But we do want to thank everyone for I'm falling off this step. I nearly slipped.
Oh no. Alex is on a very, very green step. I mean, you've done well so
And it's very wet. You know what they say? Seaweed is slippy, barnacles are grippy.
I've never heard that before.
I'm being careful because I'm so much closer to the mic than you that I think I'm blowing out the levels, but hopefully it's okay. Yeah, so we've had to put a pause on the podcast. That's the main thing. But we just wanted to say thank you very much for watching. I think Nicola and I together felt quite strongly about sort of just... I could be like a vlogger.
Go gadget arm.
Getting an opportunity to thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
And we will be back, but it may take a little while.
We'd better be back.
In the winter.
In the winter, yeah, that's what we said.
So it's very much a winter thing.
Yeah.
I love the fact you said that's what we said, despite the fact that you then claimed that we hadn't said anything.
It's been a day and a half.
You've been having me on today. I know. And you helped me land that big fish, so I have to say thank you.
That's my first fishing experience, really.
That's quite an exciting one. I mean, that was a £3. I weighed it when I got home.
Was it?
£3.
£3.
£3. So a good...
It's heavy.
Good average size around here. Sort of has a good stamp of fish around here.
Good.
But look at that. It's lovely. Harbour's looking beautiful.
You didn't ask the question.
What question?
That you wanted to film.
Oh yeah, what was the question? Why are you in this?
Yeah.
Why are you in this, Nicola?
It's a trial, it's an experiment, because obviously there's so much less gubbins than with sea kayaking. This is my idea for paddling in the winter. Either bring this down every day or store it somewhere down here, and then winter paddling.
Speak to the Commodore of the Yacht Club.
Yeah, and I fit in it again. I didn't fit in it for a while, but now I do. So.
That's quite important, really, isn't it? Fitting in it, because that's why I've not been in my boat. And of course, people won't know that the reason that we started this podcast See if I can turn this back round to me again. I don't know how vloggers do this, because I don't want to drop it.
Practice.
Especially this close to the water. Of course, the reason that I didn't paddle for the reason when we started the podcast really was because I hurt my back.
Yeah.
Fell down the stairs and I couldn't do anything. So we kind of started the podcast for that reason. So, you know, it's good to see you back in it. I was going to come down today, but I was pretty tired and decided not to bring I was supposed to bring the dog. But what did the dog do? He growled at me at the top of the stairs because he didn't want to leave his mummy. Or the baby, because the baby was going to bed. Oh, look. Here comes... Is that Darius?
Yeah, no, it's Pigtail, it's Hamish.
Hamish, ah. Quite a lot of them in there, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah. Family.
So...
Excuse me.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back soon with another episode. We've still got a little video, a little clip to put out of you paddling a gap at the back of the harbour. So I might tag that onto the end or the middle of this video.
That was dire though, because I scraped lobster. It wasn't. Do you know when you have a vision of how something's going to be and it's going to be like, woo, that was brilliant? No, it wasn't. It didn't fill me with elation. It filled me with, oh, I scratched it.
Right, let's go. Let's see what Nicola's got going on at this gap. So, to your right is where Nicola knocked me over once. I tried to paddle to a gap that just wasn't there, and I got stuck on a rock. That's to my right. So then we've got the big spiky rock, and to our right we've got the outcropping off the back of the harbour. This is where the kittiwakes like to nest. We're probably... think we're disturbing the kittiwakes?
Don't think so.
Are you going to go through it?
I would have to be the other side, I think.
Okay.
A little bit too swelly.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
nah, you'll get through that, no bother.
Not from this side. I'd rather not be faced with that rock.
Okay.
Watch it for a while.
You'd rather have the swell coming towards you. Well, I might, if you're going to go for it, I might sit here and film you. Go from this side. Because it is a pretty tight gap.
It is a very tight gap. I'm gonna...
So the only thing you have to watch is, so there is a wave that almost breaches the top of that rock. And you don't want to get caught on that. But I think if you miss that one, you're fine. It seems to only be the one. Yeah, Nicola, you can do that. No bother.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to be in there at the wrong time. I would rather be coming this way with a free run once I'm past that rock. I shall investigate.
Yeah, I think you can do it though. Right, let me get the camera ready. Make sure it's clean. Pointing in the right place.
I've just paddled past
See, that's getting all of that.
I'm not going to say what it is.
It should be. I'm going to have to try and keep myself in the right place. The challenge here for me is trying to keep the camera in a good place while Nicola runs the gap. Let's try and put that there. I think we should get it. I'm going to have to keep paddling though. Here she comes, she's poking around now. For those of you that are on Spotify, this is it's like an almost straight run with a dog leg in it. It's got a little dog leg, so it's not a straight run at all. But as you come straight on, there's a little rock at the end. So there's a small gap that she's got to navigate through. Then she's got to make a quick left and a quick right to get round the dog leg, and then it's a clean paddle out. Hopefully, if those of you watching on Spotify can see it, on Facebook can see it, YouTube, whatever we're watching on. I'm trying to keep it in frame while she makes a run at it. She's thinking about it, she's lining it up, she's waiting for a bit of swell because she's a bit worried about getting caught out on one of the pieces of swell because it'll lift her back into the rock. She's looking for it now, she's thinking about it. She's lining herself up, oh, she's bailed. She's turned her nose. I think really what she needs to do is enter and then get a bow rudder, a little bit of an edge, bow rudder the opposite side, which is through. I believe. Do
you think it's going to get any higher in 20 minutes?
Yeah, it's just going to get higher. Well, is it? I'm not sure what time it is. Oh, she's bailed. She thought about it. I think she's given up. You can get through that, Nicola. I know. I believe that you can get through that.
Still 20 minutes till high tide.
20 minutes is not going to cover the edge of that rock.
But it's got more of a swell coming through it than I would like.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
Yeah, but not with my rods.
No.
I would do it if I was in a manoeuvrable boat. In fact, I could just go and do it if I could tidy my rods up. I'm worried about bashing my rods off the front of that rock. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Which direction would you do it from?
I would do it this way, I think.
Would you? So I don't like the idea of being in there.
And then getting dumped onto the rock.
Yeah, and stuck. Yeah, I know my gut feeling is this coming this way. Can't be that much more water to come in.
I'm in the gap now. I have to get a little bow runner on. That was what I was worried about. I'm a little bit too wide, Nicola.
I was not expecting you to progress. To proceed, even.
I'm too wide, so I actually can't get through. This is going to lift me up. I tried.
You did.
So that's the gap Nicola's trying to get through, the one that I just tried there. I don't know how the camera will pick that up because I pointed the camera away from me. But ultimately, for those of you listening, what happened was I went through the narrow gap, the direction that Nicola didn't want to go, and I got dumped onto the rock and tipped out of my boat just about. Well, not really, but I'm just slightly too fat. My kayak is just too wide to get through that gap. So there's a lot of boat scraping, a lot of noise. I think if you're going to do it, you have to come at it as it's lifting, get over it, and then suck out.
Can't hear.
Nah, okay, it's fine. Well, that was exciting. I tried. I failed, but I tried. So basically, there's a very small channel you've got to get through first. Once you're through that, it's almost clear sailing all the way. She's going for it. Here we go. She's in. She makes the gap. She cuts to the right. Oh, she's holding her boat up with her shoulders. And she's through. She's through the gap. Now she just has to make the straight line paddle out.
Sorry, kitty wakes.
And she drives forwards. Sweeping paddle off the rock. Careful, there's a little dog-leg knuckle thing there.
Yeah.
Did you get?
It wasn't the most delicately done.
It wasn't.
But
Did you have to brace both sides on the rock?
No.
So I had to put both arms out.
right, yeah, you were quite a bit wider. But
So that was good. You've done it.
I've done it. Yeah.
So what I was saying was, try and
Yeah.
hit it as the swell rises. Try and get over it, and then get
Yeah.
sucked back out with it.
Yeah, I got that completely wrong.
Is that? Yeah. Do you think that's the right way to do it, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant to get at it when there was actually water, not when the water just kind of just disappeared.
It just disappeared.
Yeah.
And I watched you, and you were suddenly coming, and I was like, "Well, hey, you've done it though.
Done it.
That's what matters." Oh God, that's pointing to the sky. Can you reach my camera at the front? Tip it down towards my face. That was really good for my sweep strokes, just in case you're wondering. Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
because I was.
big nose to tail.
No, yeah, these ones.
Oh,
This one.
and draw.
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 It was good for my draw because I had to keep repositioning myself so I could see you. That was good, Nicola. I think going it this way is fine, but what happens is I got lifted up onto the rock basically rock hopped it, went up, slid back down, and then had to reposition, but by that point there was no water and I'm too fat.
Your boat's too fat.
My boat is huge. I am, you know.
I was expecting it to be completely flat, and it's not completely flat.
And that adds an element of challenge, but one I think you've dealt with really well. Performance under pressure, Nicola. There's a conversation that we're supposed to be having. Maybe not today. Is there anything else you want to add to today's podcast before we sign off? Having gone and done the gap.
My once in a life. It's not now once in a lifetime. I want to do it again.
You want to do it again? Well, good. You can go do it now if you want.
Let's go for a mooch.
Let's go for a mooch.
I'm going to wait for 20 more minutes of water.
Okay. And if you do it again, I might get it on camera, I might not. I will almost definitely be recording the audio though.
No, I think, thank you for our listeners for tuning in and watching, listening, as ever. Like and subscribe.
Is this rock underneath us or sand? Rock.
Rock.
Like and subscribe, indeed. And thank you for joining us on this On the Water episode. This is how Paddle and Flow was envisioned. This is what we were supposed to be doing.
This is what I was sold.
This is Johnson's Hole at the back here.
Which is Johnson's Hole?
Well, I don't know, but
Where?
this bay.
Right,
So
okay.
it's here somewhere.
Right.
Johnson's Hole is a diving feature that people like to go under. It's a little cave.
Oh, look, there's another one.
You're not going to get through that, surely not.
I did it.
But anyway.
And I nearly fell out.
It was. We've done it. We've done the unpaddlable gap.
I think it is unpaddled, but I don't think there'll be any tide that's going to work on.
I'm thinking a big supermoon where it's 5.85 metres.
Okay. Yeah, but they happen twice a year.
Well,
Was there not one this week? No, this weekend was the strawberry moon. That was the opposite, wasn't it? It was close to the Earth. It was closest on Wednesday. See, that's what people miss on the podcast, is our random chat about moons.
and our lack of knowledge.
And our lack of knowledge. I can't even Google it because I'm sat down on a wet step. Talk about a wet exit, by the way. I'm very wet.
Oh, you had to drop that in. Yeah, thank you for watching.
And
Putting up with our random.
we'll be back in the winter, maybe, depending on how the new job goes. Cool. Thank you, Nicola.
Thank you, Alex.
Enjoy the rest of your paddle.
Will do.
Now I need to stand up without falling over.
My foot. Oh,
You need to defrost your foot.
It's got like pins and needles. Whatever you do when you unpins and needle your foot.
Look at this. I've got to try and get up this wet step now. I'm being so tempted. I must look like a completely old man going up these stairs, so I really don't want to fall. Oh, look, I'm on the solid ones now, the dry ones. Once you got the dry ones, it's fine.
Thank you for coming. Oh, you're still there. Are you still videoing?
No. Yes. So what we missed on the video was our weekly forecast.
Moan.
We always moan about the forecast. Where are we? June the
14th.
And we've had a month's worth of high wind and rain.
It's been rubbish.
We had a lot of sun in May.
And then it went freezing. And yesterday was boiling and today was freezing.
Yeah. Well,
There we go.
I'll let you get back to paddling.
Thank you.
This is what people don't understand about Nicola and I's paddles. They think that we actually actively paddle, sort of regularly, but we don't. Nicola, this is what normally happens, right? Is Nicola just sits there taking photographs.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that.
That's what people don't understand. I don't even know what she says is gorgeous. All I see is a boat. Some water.
Even with the ugly pool, it looks gorgeous. I need to go out into the middle of things.
There she is. The end of this podcast has taken about 20 minutes, I think.
All right, what's this?
It's only a 6-minute podcast.
Fuck it off. Right, goodbye, Alex. I'm glad you didn't fall in.
Swoosh. Swoosh. I'm glad I didn't fall in. I mean, I wouldn't mind falling in, but it's the camera.
Bye-bye.
I was kind of half hoping you'd crash into something, but it's pretty clear. I don't know where she's gone. Where's she gone? I've lost her again. I can see her wake. Here she comes.
Can't possibly put anything of me paddling online.
Oh, I absolutely can.
No, you can't, because you'll just get people criticising my forward paddling technique.
That's okay. People criticise my forward paddling technique all the time.
Saying my paddles are too short.
Your paddle is too short.
Does it look too short?
I don't know, I just said that to wind you up. In true podcast style.
Well, while I'm here, I may as well do a wet exit.
Oh yes.
And make sure I hold on to my Euros.
Your Euros, yeah, your wet exit with your Euros.
What's the other one?
I can't remember what the other one you really don't like is.
How can I forget? Right.
Age. I was just saying you needed more edge.
Yeah, I can't do the tail.
And I feel safe criticising you from up here.
My foot's falling asleep and I can't tail it.
Oh. Alright, I'll let you off then.
I'm not going to tail it in a pool full of diesel, put it that way.
Of course, if I was a professional, I'd have brought my boat.
Well, you're not a professional, just a tired professional.
I'm just a tired professional. That's called having a 4-year-old.
We will have to do that sometime though.
Yeah, we will. That was lovely.
Yes, if you use more edge, you can actually stall it. Generate a lot more heat doing this than sea kayaking.
Right.
Yeah, like oh.
Oh, I like that.
We're going right now. We need to do a sweep in. This is not my good side.
Oh, do you want to do it the other way?
Oh.
Is that sore?
No.
Don't do it if it's sore.
No, it's just effort.
That's fine, that'll do. I've got some footage. I'm happy.
Up the other way. You always have like a favourite side, don't you?
Yep.
You never got this on the canal? Never got that on the canal?
Seaweed.